What are some of the greatest lessons you've drawn and some of the greatest betrayals you've endured?
You know, Lisa, I can talk to you for a whole day about that matter.
Yes.
But a brief summary is simply that I've learned that leadership is from God. If you try to get it, and this is a mistake people make, people go make money through the professions, through business and others, and they think now to retire, let me go to parliament.
Yes.
Those people make a terrible mistake because they'll never connect with the electorate. My example has been growing up with the population. As I said, I lost the first election in '83. I got elected in a by-election in '85. I remained in parliament the longest serving, I think, at 28 straight years of being a member of parliament. The only person who had beaten me by that time was Kibaki. He had done over 30. But I still believe, had we not amended the constitution to say if you're running for president or deputy president, you can't run for MP, I believe, Liz, I would still be in parliament. And I would have beaten Kibaki's record.
With many years, actually.
Yeah. But therefore, the Kenyan politics, the lesson one learns is you never learn enough. It's a growing business. From the days of single party dictatorship, but although it was dictatorship, people say under Moi, but we have now modern day worse dictatorship. The only reason people say, because Moi was a very good-hearted leader. That's why he lived very long. Some people used to say, oh, Nakufa Nakod, the threat cancer, what? He never did. He's a passing cloud. He never was. All right? Because I happened to know him deeply as his foreign minister. And I know of coming from a foreign trip, for example, he would take his Bible and have his quiet time before landing. That is President Moi. Of course, he was like a father figure to me. So I learned a lot from him on leadership skills. But then we had to get rid of that type of leadership by amending Article 2A of the Constitution to introduce multi-party democracy. So again, I was part and parcel of all that. I was deputy speaker then, and I was really enjoying removing this Article 2A, right, to amend so we can now fight in spite of my boss thinking, and because I was also party's organizing secretary at the time, for the time being. Kenyans will have forgotten I was elected national organizing secretary the same day with the late Mudamba Mudavadi, Madividi's own father. Was elected secretary general, I was elected organizing secretary, but very young, but I did it. Then from there, of course, became deputy speaker and all of that. I've found that if it is not a calling, it becomes very difficult.